Hey my beautiful Scorpio peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ant from Cancer Moon's Tarot and I'm coming at you with your mid-June 2023 tarot reading. How are you? I hope all is well. Just want to mention before we start, if you're interested in personal readings, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, cancermoonstarot.com. You can find that in the first link in the description box below. But Scorpio, how are we doing? Hope you guys are doing well. And let's see what's going on here for you for your second half of June 2023. So what do we got showing up here, please, for the Zodiac of Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-June 2023. What information is showing up here for you at this time? Let's go ahead and check it out. Starting out here with the overall energy for Scorps, we have here the Knight of Swords. Taking a look here at the current energy, Three of Cups, what you're going to be dealing with in mid-June, Nine of Wands, and then looking at the current outcome of mid-June, we have here the Ace of Swords. So starting out here with the overall energy to the current energy, we begin here with the Knight of Swords all the way to the Three of Cups. So I do think that right now there's kind of like an active, good energy surrounding you. Three of Cups could be the energy of joy. It could be the energy of a good environment, great friends, great situations. I feel like there's a lot of good that's kind of currently going on here in your environment. But when I take a look here at what it is you're dealing with the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands can be a card here of like the wounded warrior. It could be also kind of be a card here as well of like, you know, despite all of the good stuff that might be going on here around me at this time, it's hard for me to resonate with the good stuff when I do have other things on my mind. So I do feel like you're hesitating here to be able to enjoy the good stuff that you have, because I think that there's a lot of other things that maybe are still worries to you, concerns to you here that seem to be floating around in your mind a lot more, and that's what you seem to be having your main focus on. And I mean, looking at the current outcome here being the Ace of Swords here is a card of truth, realization, and clarity. And I think that with this truth, realization, and clarity you're recognizing, if I keep focusing on the stuff right now that maybe I want to see change, or the things I'm worried about, or the things that aren't making me particularly happy, I'm really missing out on the good stuff that's right in front of me. Three of Cups, you know, it's that realization of like your focus equals your perception, and your perception is everything in your reality. You know, if a person kind of disregards the good things going on in life and only focuses on the rough parts, they're going to think they have a rough life. But if the person says, you know what, there's some rough and challenging things that might be going on, but I got a lot of good in front of me, that person's going to be saying, I live a good life. So perception's really everything. And I think that that's the massive realization that's coming into play here for you in mid-June, where it's like, I got to shift my focus, you know? I got to stop putting my focus here on the things that I feel are holding me back in life or aren't allowing me to thrive. And instead, I got to look at what's going good for me right here with that Three of Cups. Now, moving on forward here for you, Scorpio, let's take a look and see what's showing up in your challenge. Showing up in the challenge position, we have here the Moon card. Now, the Moon card is your emotions. So I feel like the way that you are reacting and responding to what you're experiencing is what seems to be the challenge. I'm feeling like the littlest thing, Scorpio, can irritate you at this time, or the littlest thing, Scorpio, can make you think very negatively very quick. It's like one bad instance or one bad situation occurs and it's like poof, that's it. We jump in and we kind of spiral into this format of negative thinking. Why is that the case here with the Moon card? We have here the Three of Wands, the Page of Cups, and we have here the Three of Pentacles showing up as well. Three of Wands is a card here that represents the energy of waiting for something to come in for you, waiting for your ships to come in. Page of Cups is the energy of what you bring to the table, what it is you offer. And Three of Pentacles represents working really hard on a situation. So I feel like relating this to your emotions right now is that you're so used to trying to fix and make something better that when something happens at face value, you feel like it's a struggle to have a good thing, is almost what I'm picking up on, Scorps. And it's like when I have a good thing and then a minor inconvenience happens, it's like, man, can I even enjoy the good that I have? Can I even enjoy everything that's right in front of me? Because at the end of the day, it's like anytime I have something good going for me, there's always got to be something bad. Or it's that energy of like, it's hard for me to enjoy something good when it just feels like there's always something here dragging me down that I have to fix and work on. It's like, why can't I just be in the energy of peace and enjoy myself? So I feel like at this time with the Moon showing up, it is a little hard emotionally. You do feel very sensitive here. It does feel like minor things, even massive things, of course, too, can set you off and really spiral you into kind of a negative mind or a negative mindset. And you want to avoid that. I definitely see that being the case here. Ace of Swords is like, I want to wake up to my own negativity. I don't want my pessimism to get in the way of me anymore. But it's hard because I feel like it's so easy to just react, right, to any of the negative things that are happening. But I feel like the main lesson to learn here, jumping into mid-June, is about responding versus reacting, right? When we react to a situation, it's emotional, right? Maybe a minor inconvenience happens. You get really pissed off and irritated and annoyed. That's a reaction. But a response would be like, okay, this inconvenience happened. It is minor. At the end of the day, do I want this one small negative portion of my day to affect the rest of the day that's been pretty good, right? The rest of the day that's been pretty chill, pretty calm. You know, a response would be about you checking in with yourself saying, is it worth letting this minor inconvenience ruin everything else that's been going great here today, right? Or ruin everything else that's been going great in life in general. So it's that realization here about I need to tap out of the energy of reacting, because emotionally right now I feel very reactive and I need to start responding. I need to take more time to look at my situation, analyze where I'm at, focus on what's actually happening, and look at the brighter side of things, you know, instead of letting one situation become the main focal point, right? Let's not make one negative situation become a messy day or a messy time, right? It's kind of that energy of like, it's just a bad day. It's not a bad life. So I feel like the challenge here is emotionally reacting to things. That's what seems to be really prominent for you in mid-June. And I think what can help you out with that challenge is tapping onto responding or tapping into responding instead of focusing on reacting. So really, really try to get into that energy of responding to situations. Let's have a look here and see what you can expect throughout the rest of mid-June. King of Pentacles coming into play here for you. Yeah, so cool, calm, and collected energy is just a corner away. Okay, Scorpio? I feel like you're a lot closer to achieving the King of Pentacles, which is about being cool, calm, collected, grounded, seeing things from a very good perspective. This is representing the energy of responding, right? You're not reacting to anything. You're not giving your energy to anything that doesn't deserve your energy, and you're not investing into negativity, but instead you're remaining calm at all times and taking the best course of action to get you to a positive result. So Scorpios, loving that for you. Give me some more insight on this King of Pentacles, please. We have here the Queen of Cups, we have here the Ace of Wands, and we have here the Nine of Cups. Absolutely. So Scorpios, what's going on here for you? The change that's happening here in mid-June is that when something happens, right? If it's a good thing, you're going to let yourself enjoy it. You're going to be happy. You're going to enjoy yourself with the Nine of Cups. If it is maybe a negative thing that occurs or happens, you're going to take some time out to just tap into the energy of gratitude, to tap into the energy of saying, listen, is this whole situation worth ruining my entire experience over it? Is it worth ruining my day over it, right? You're checking in with yourself and saying, listen, am I going to give all my power to this negative thing that happened? Or am I going to take a step back and say, you know what? It is what it is. Let's drop that negativity and let's focus my energy elsewhere. I think that that's where you're really coming into, right? That's the energy you're really starting to come into here, moving throughout mid-June. And I'm loving it for you, Scorpio, because it's such an awesome thing to do in your day-to-day life. You know, I used to be a person who would react to things very, very quickly and very, very negatively. Like at the minor inconvenience of anything, I could stub my toe and I'm like, oh my God, everything about today sucks. You know, I could stub my toe and be like, my life is the worst. Why am I always so unlucky? You know, I would go to those extremes, and I had to learn to tell myself, hey, stubbing my toe hurt. It sucked. I had to verify and validify the emotion and recognize that it sucked that I stubbed my toe, but it didn't mean that I had a horrible day. You know, the toe sucked, right? But at the end of the day, it wasn't so bad, right? So it's important to realize that when we're in that negative energy and when it's very easy to spiral into it, how we can work around that is by really looking at what we appreciate and what good we have in our lives instead, you know? So Scorpios, I like that there is a mindset shift here happening jumping into mid-June, and I think it's going to serve you and treat you quite well. Okay, moving on forward here for you. Let's have a look at your overall outcome for June, and that outcome here is going to be the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you have a choice. Two of Pentacles here represents we can go one way, which is we can allow negativity consume us or to consume us, or we can go the opposite way. We can choose what we give our energy to. That's what I love so much about responding versus reacting, because reacting, you immediately give your energy. Responding, you choose what energy you bring to the table, right, Scorpio? So you have the choice here this month, but like I said, though, with that King of Pentacles coming out, I think the choice here is about being in the energy of responding versus reacting. All right, let's keep it moving forward, though. What's going to be the most important message here for Scorpios? that they need to hear coming throughout the second half of June, please? What's going to be the most important message for Scorpios that they need to hear coming into the second half of June? First card out is going to be the Eight of Swords. Next card out is the Ten of Cups. And lastly, we have here the Five of Cups as well. So essentially, the most important message coming in here is that what you focus on is what you're going to perceive. And if your perception is your reality, then that's the reality you'll receive. Ultimately, Eight of Swords, this is what you're thinking about. If you're focusing your mind right now on what's disappointing you, what's making you unhappy, what isn't serving you, you're going to start to experience your life in a manner where things never seem to be going your way or things just don't seem right. But if you start to channel your focus here, Ten of Cups, into what feels good, into what's making you happy, into what's making you thrive. If you focus on what you're grateful for, if you focus on what it is that is currently going good for you at this moment in time, your perception would be different, aka your reality would be different as well. Where attention goes is where energy flows. So where you have your focus in life is the energy you're manifesting in return. So if it's like, I'm really happy with my job, I feel really good, I'm happy to be here. If you have if you have a positive outlook on your life and on your job, you're going to have a positive experience in the workplace. My relationship is going really well. I'm really happy with my partner. You have a positive reflection on your relationship, then you're going to have a positive relationship in return. So the energy we put out is what we get back, and especially the energy we focus on is what we channel. So if we're putting that energy out there, we can expect to receive back the same vibe. So Scorpios, you have the power of choice here. Really use that power of choice to look towards the good versus the bad. Because at the end of the day, there will always be positive and negative energies that reside within our life, but we get to choose what frequency we want to ride on. So always remember that you have that power of choice. Now, before we close out your reading, let's have a look here and see if there's any advice from the universe coming in here for you. So is there any advice coming in here from the universe for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2023. What do we got? First card out is going to be the Knight of Wands. Next card showing up here is the Wheel of Fortune. We have here the Justice card, and we have here the Seven of Cups coming into play here for you as well. So Scorpios, I definitely get the feeling here with the Knight of Wands to the Wheel of Fortune, universe is urging you to turn the wheel. Now, what I mean by turning the wheel here, guys, is the Wheel of Fortune is a card that represents situations turning in your favor. Things can be favorable for you if you allow them to be. Remember, guys, at any moment in time, if we are experiencing or if we are saying that something is not going to be a good time, it's not going to be a good time. If we believe that we're in a bad place, we're going to be in a bad place. Our perception really is our reality. So if we want to start turning the wheel around, we have to start perceiving where we're at as something that's positive. And if it's not positive, let's transform that negative situation into a positive situation as well. Remember, your perception is everything. So the more we can focus on attuning our perception to a positive place, the more we can have a positive reality in return. Now, Justice card here to the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups here is a card that can represent being overwhelmed, very confused, feeling like your emotions are kind of everywhere. Justice card is more of a card of balance. I think what the universe is trying to say as well, too, is that considering that you have felt very emotionally reactive in mid-June 2023, the more you can bring in tactics and techniques that can help you become more grounded, more balanced on an emotional level, the more it's going to benefit you for having a positive perception, right? When we're kind of in that space where we feel really negative, really angry, really emotional, it's hard to see rationally, it's hard to see clearly, we feel all over the place. But if you can start bringing in things like meditation, maybe exercise, maybe somebody to talk to, or techniques and tactics that personally work for you, that put you in a very calm and reserved type of place, that's going to be very beneficial to prime yourself to look at things from a more neutral standpoint and to look at things in a more positive light here as well. Okay, so definitely don't be afraid to bring in anything that personally helps you out with having a more balanced energy. Okay, so look at different types of things on the internet. Maybe there's people you watch that make you calm. Maybe you look up at the frequencies on YouTube. There's like tons of frequencies you guys can watch that help with meditation. There's tons of frequencies for free you can watch that really help get you into a positive space. Maybe there's someone to talk to, XYZ, whatever works for you. Essentially, the universe says, make sure you bring a lot of that here into your life as well in mid-June 2023. But Scorpios, with that all being said, thank you so much for coming out here to your tarot reading for mid-June. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, drop a like if you did. Drop a comment below as well. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. I'd be happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. And of course, if you guys want to get a personal reading with me, First link in the description below. I'll be happy to meet you on the other side on my website. But Squirps, have a great rest of your June, and I will see you all in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.